All right.
Bitches ain't shit and they ain't seen nothing.
You're
100
recording.
motherfucker. Oh, we are?
Yeah, we are recording.
Uh, so you're at. So you're editing this one, right?
Great way to start out the podcast, always. Thank you, Sage. You are...
I got my frozen Sunny D in hand, ready to record some
You decided to freeze it,
lazy
and then
Monday
you
podcast.
complained because it was frozen, so you threw it in the microwave, just adding all the toxins
worked.
together in
There
your
is no toxins.
delicious
I have a clean microwave, sir.
Sunny D cocktail of death.
How dare you, sir? I have a clean microwave. I clean it once a day
You're going to get like...
with soap and my hands.
Wow. You're going to get like testicular cancer from that shit.
Delicious, slushy Sunny D.
Oh my god.
I tried to thaw it out before the podcast, but it didn't work. Maybe one day. How's your Sunny D that you got from the fridge rather than the freezer? Probably a lot better.
I think you won the Darwin Awards today.
Only if I die. If I don't die, then obviously
2 days later.
microwaving drinks works.
2 days later. So, Sage unfortunately passed from severe case of testicular cancer.
It'll just be you reading from my obituary.
He says, bitches ain't shit, and they ain't seen nothing.
I want that on my tombstone.
Oh my god. All right, guys, we're here with the Lazy Monday podcast
That's actually coming out on Monday, hopefully this time.
that we actually don't film on Monday.
Woot woot! But it comes out on Monday, so
Because always
Pretend, Nick.
scheduling issues.
don't break the
because,
illusion.
You know, hey, illusion will always be broken because in the film industry, we film everything way ahead of time, spend tons and tons of time in post, editing stuff. Then we do some reshoots because we didn't like how it came out. Then we go back into post, so then all this blah, 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 blah. Then it comes out, babies are made, and yes, sex.
Are you
Cool.
telling me that the Superman movie wasn't a documentary?
Why do I talk to
Mind blown.
you? Oh,
I
God.
thought that was all found footage, but I guess not.
You know,
My childhood was a lie.
some days I almost believe that you're as dumb as you say you are.
You gone full retarded.
You don't want to be a full retard, man.
Don't want to go there. No one likes full retard.
Oh my god. So in the news today, which what we're going to talk about is pretty much gaming news and all that other stuff because
Well, it's the news kind of today because it
Kind
didn't
of.
actually come out today.
This week.
It was put out earlier, but then recorded and then put out later.
shut up. I see the future. It came out today.
Bitch.
Or the past. I see the past.
You see the past?
I see dead people.
There's a 90% chance that it's already raining. Stands in the rain. That's a movie reference. What are you talking about? So what happened? What happened
Oh
in the
my God.
in the
So,
news?
in awesome news for everyone who plays Grand Theft Auto 5, you know how I feel about the online because that shit needs to get fixed. But they are coming out with some zombie DLC. That's right, zombies for our Grand Theft Auto homicidal brethren.
Now, before we jump into the zombies, why do you think it needs to get fixed? It's perfectly fine. There's no problems with the online anymore. You just don't like Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, really? Remember when we were trying to join a game with each other?
Yeah.
How many
and
times did we get booted?
It took a little while, but I mean, we still got it. It's not like it's broken.
I was unable to play a simple race with you guys.
Also, that's been
let
that was
alone
like half a
find
year
you.
ago. That was like 4 months ago. I guess it's not half a year, but four
Four
months
months
ago.
I don't
was a
think
while
it was
ago.
4 months. It was like back in June, maybe.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, you're old.
But on
I'm
top
not that
of that, it's still not DLC for heists. So that's the big deal.
They may have it on PC.
Heists on PC. Somebody will probably mod it before they actually get an official heist DLC.
It's not on PC yet.
But they announced it on PC. So
Yeah, it's not out yet.
I want to bet you somebody's already working on a mod for it just to
Yeah.
get some like
Oh,
janky level
I remember
heist.
when everyone was so hyped for the trailer. I was so hyped for the trailer. It was all
hyped
you can
for the trailer.
yeah for the actual trailer of Grand Theft Auto 5. They showed off all this awesome stuff like our apartments,
Hyped
the
because
different
of the trailer.
stuff, like all this helicopter
Not hyped
jet
for the
goodness,
trailer.
and then you're all yeah, I can do death matches with my friends. That's normal. Oh wait, I can pull off heists with my friends. That's like Payday 2. This is gonna be awesome. And then we
it's not-
didn't get it.
Not like Payday 2.
That isn't
Supposed to be Payday 2, but from a third-person perspective.
So like Payday 2.
Well, but what's the zombie DLC entitled? Like, they just replace all the NPCs with zombies, or are they like? Because I mean, they had the Beach Bum DLC and the I'm Not a Hipster. Those are all just like clothing and extra things. They had the America Day DLC, which was more clothing and guns, and which the guns are awesome. I love running around with a musket. But
You and your muskets.
it was all extra stuff. So what are they doing for the zombie stuff that makes it, zombies?
Well, it's not coming to the online portion, but it will be single player zombie DLC.
Okay.
So most likely going to be NPCs running around trying to bite your dick off.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Making Germ very proud.
I was thinking it was an online DLC because I was about to say, I was like, how do you make online? Like, there'll be one guy who's like running through the streets crazy, and you don't have the DLC, so you don't know why he's running through the streets. But on his screen, it's like zombies are chasing at his dick.
Lol, that would be awesome.
Just see a crazy guy in the street. Oh my god!
That's
He's
know
like
what?
blowing shit up.
That's what would fix the online. If they allowed random players to just go into this ridiculous trip where no one else can see what they're seeing, but they're just running through the street like shooting at random things.
But didn't they have that in the game? Like, it was like it was a side mission in the story portion of the game where you basically take this really bad weed and have this awful trip where you just shoot up a bunch of people. I don't know if like they imply that you actually shoot up a bunch of people, but I'd like to think that you do.
Why do you always want to shoot up a bunch of people?
No, it's just like you do. Like it's it starts out with a bunch of people in like alien costumes and things like that, and they all disappear, and then you come out of this buzz in the same area that you were shooting up in, and I'm just like, and like there's no one there, no dead bodies or anything, but I like to think that, you just went on a crazy rampage because of bad weed, anti-weed.
There's such thing
Messages.
as peace, Sage. Do I need to remind you that
Not
killing
GTA. Screw that.
killing is wrong, and you should never resort to it.
Unless you're in a game where killing is the only thing you can do.
Well, no, because I went
No.
because I proved to everyone
Debates from
that
Nate.
you can turn the other cheek in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and you can.
I'm pretty sure you immediately stabbed him afterwards. After
Hey,
you said, I'm not going to kill anybody, stab.
You can not kill good people. He was a dick, so you kill him. All right,
So
that guy deserved it.
So when's the Assassin's Creed Black Flag zombie DLC coming out? Confirmed.
God.
Heard it here first.
Oh, that's confirmed as Half-Life 3. God.
I mean, that's been confirmed. I mean, have you seen all the news stories saying it's confirmed? One of them has to be right. I mean, eventually, one day, maybe in the future.
Yeah, just like all those conspiracy theories about different things the government's trying to hide, like the Illuminati or some aliens or random blah, blah, blah.
All right,
got super weapons.
This podcast is about to get really off topic. So, the Illuminati
Are you really want to bring up the Illuminati right now?
versus Abstergo. Oh, brought it back to games.
Wow, one and the same.
Oh,
Are they not?
shit. What else you got?
Well, right now, we have the PlayStation Alpha Beta of whatever the PlayStation Now thing is.
It's beta, right?
Yes, that
Okay,
rental
beta.
service where we get to have our back catalog for what they decided to remove our back
Catalog.
backwards compatibility for. But
Which isn't that bad. I mean,
yeah, the
you
beta's
still have your
up right
PlayStation
now.
3, right? So
Yeah,
So
the
you're
beta's
good.
up right now. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm on the latter of the two, where I think that it is a little bit overpriced, and I actually would rather want a subscription base on that, where I would just pay one fee and I would be able to get the entire library for a allotted amount of time, because I do not like having a time limit on my video games, other than like maybe it's all, oh, well, as soon as your subscription's up, that's when the game goes away. I'll be all right with that.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to do that just because think of it like this. Let's say you pay let's say it's $12 a month for the subscription. Let's say you're a kid, you save up, you have summer. You go balls to the wall, crazy, like, I'm going to play speed run games every single day. You get through 12 games in 3 months. Technically, the amount of money versus the amount of games, they've lost money. So it's kind of tough. Whereas if it's per game and per publisher price point, I do think it is overpriced only because I saw it was like $4 for 4 hours or something like that.
It probably will come out to that with taxes, but I think it's priced at $2.99, and they're planning to drop it because they got too many bad feedback. But 4 hours, that's not enough to be like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1.
I just want to know who wants to play a game for 4 hours. I mean, if you're trying it like a demo, I get why you'd only want it for 4 hours, but my whole thing is, why wouldn't you just want to pay because there's a longer time option. There's 90-day thing. Like, I just don't get why you would ever want a game for only 4 hours. I could understand a game for 24 hours, but 4 hours, that's really weird.
Well, so for everyone, the prices vary. So it goes 4 hours is $2.99 right now, which hopefully they're talking about dropping it to $1.99, which will be $2, probably
still too much,
maybe $3. And then it goes 7 days, 30 days, and then 90 days, with the 90 days being from anywhere from like $15 to $30, which at that point, it's like you're only, 20 away from buying the game. If it's already if it's like a PS3 game, you could probably go to like GameStop and buy it.
But you can't
for
play
$30
it unless you have a PS3. Yeah. That's the catch. You're
you're
eliminating.
Oh,
you're eliminating old sales.
Oh my God, they beat me to it. That's the reason why they got rid of that backwards compatibility. You motherfuckers.
But I'm okay with the rental service. I just think it's really hard to justify pricing out 4 hours for a game, because on average games have they're not like movies. They're not like 2 hour mini experience, or I guess I call a 2 hour movie a mini experience, but it's not a 2 hour encapsulated experience. I mean, take games like Skyrim, for example. Like, you can have anywhere from 23-hour campaign to 200 over 200-hour overall experience with the DLCs, the everything like that. Like, I don't know. I don't get how you can justify 4 hours. If you said 24 hours, I can understand, because you could finish a game in 24 hours.
Yeah, the only issue I have with this time frame is it just, I hope it's limited to the actual time you're doing in game and not the time that you purchase it from. Because if it's the time you purchase it from, that can get iffy, because what if something happens where it's all, okay, you bought this game, and then immediately after, your grandma goes into the hospital. It's kind of dark, but grandma goes into the hospital. Now you just have to go straight to the hospital, and now you just
bring
now
your
you
TV
don't have
and game along. Boom, done, solved.
It sounds a little selfish.
Get a GAMS case.
It sounds a little selfish, but it's like, I just lost that game that I just purchased.
Now that's true.
Or rented.
That's true, but a lot of people are really upset about this, even though this is technically how video and game rentals worked in the Blockbuster era. That's exactly what it was. You rented the game, you had a set time, you had to bring it back, and
how did that go for them?
Well, definitely Netflix and Redbox
subscription
took it right out. But Well, Redbox is still the
Yeah,
same.
it's
You
Redbox
get
and
it and
rental.
you take it back, and Redbox is doing perfectly
Yeah.
fine. Netflix is a subscription, but you can already see that there's problems with a subscription base, because then you start having to say the amount of movies we buy and show, as well as the server space, versus the amount of money you get on a subscription base is not enough. So then
Yeah.
they have to supplement it with ad revenue and things
Yeah.
like that. So you
But-
start going downhill at a certain point.
Maybe, but I think the best thing for this PlayStation Now would be the subscription basis, because then it would literally be like the Netflix of PlayStation, where you get all these back catalog things. Yes, some of them may go away after time because it's just they need to put a different game there for the space, but at least it's not just, hey, I paid $15 for a 7-day thing, but now because I had to go work for 5 of the days, I no longer can play this game.
Now,
And I only got like halfway through the first act.
Now, have they confirmed the possibility of just buying the game? Like, I feel like there's a possibility you could rent a game and it'd be more expensive than if you were to just buy the game. Or is it only rental fees right now that are in the pricing options? Because, I mean, old games are cheap, you know? Old games
If you can find them.
you can get for $15, you know?
Well,
but if it's $15 for
yeah.
a month, you're losing money.
Yeah, well, to a certain extent. There's some old games, like stuff back at the PlayStation, which if you go try to find those right now, people, because they're so rare, people will put those, like, jack up those prices, and it'll be like one of those collector's items. Like, if you go try to find something like Tomba,
Which
oh my god.
I think I have.
Yeah, trying to find a disc from Tomba right now is ridiculous. I looked it up because I was like, oh, I remember this game.
That was a great game.
Oh my god, it's like 200, like, I think one of them was like 1,000 something for the disc.
Never finished the first Tomba, though.
Yeah, I
Only
never
the
played the
second
first Tomba. The second Tomba was the one that I
Fantastic.
liked.
Fantastic game.
Which, if you guys know what Tomba is, you're awesome. If you
Like
don't
and
know
subscribe.
what it is, upgrade your shit.
Upgrade your shit. Upgrade your shit to a older system.
Downgrade to some backwards compatibility, because obviously it's too...
Go to any Goodwill. Get yourself a PlayStation 1. I guess Tomba 2 is PlayStation 2. Get yourself a PlayStation 2 and play some Tomba.
Lol. Well,
If I
good
can buy the
news-
game, I'll be happy.
yeah.
If I mean, I can understand renting, only because like there's some games that I want to try, not buy, but if it becomes a thing where I'm like, I could buy this game for $20 and play it on my, I mean, I have a PS3 too, so I don't have the big problem of a lot of people who don't.
Yeah.
But if I can get this game for $15 but then it's like 20 and I only get it for a month, like that doesn't make sense to me. So I
Yeah.
feel like they should cap it at a certain point and be like, you can pay this much for this much, this much for this much, or just buy the game.
I think it would be the... I don't know.
It's
It
going
would probably
the
be the
way of the
greatest-
Adobe Cloud.
It would probably be the greatest choice if for PlayStation Now they did give you these options, and then they had one option that they could have italicized or whatever, where it's literally just buy now, where you literally just buy the game and it's
eBay.
always in your collection, because then you literally will get the people where they're all, yeah, I can get this time thing, but I can just buy it and I can play it whenever I want, and I don't have to worry about this what day that it's gonna turn off on me.
I just really hope things don't go the way of like the Adobe Cloud, the Creative Cloud that they did. They stopped pretty much selling individual copies, like buy copies of any of their products. You can find them on Amazon and things like that, but
I forgot about that.
it's like they only support the cloud now, and it's like,
Oh my god, I'm still running on CS 6.5.
well, and it's like that's the problem, you know. It's the fact that the companies do want to continue to drain you of your money, even though you just want to pay them one solid price. So I just hope it doesn't go that
Yeah.
way. But I gotta tell you, it's a pretty attractive offer for a lot of
Yeah.
businesses.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see.
Well,
Only time will tell.
final notes, I will say, hey guys, they are thinking about the subscription basis, so it is possibly going to come out, and
Subscription would be awesome.
I will.
They would lose money, but it'd be awesome.
I would thank God if we did get some subscription up in this bitch, cause got to get it nice and dirty, nice and slick for them.
What are you referencing? I don't understand.
I don't know. I was just ranting.
You're just
for a
making
while.
a bunch of liquid jokes.
Well, because the liquid in your bottle is toxic.
Subscription would be awesome, but I also think that it would only be awesome for maybe the first 2-3 years. Yeah. After that, you'd start seeing like a bunch of bullshit like, oh, but you have to watch an ad before you play your game, or something like that.
Hey, again, if online gaming was free and all you had to do
which it barely is anymore,
and all you had to do was watch an ad, would you rather pay money for no ads or just watch one ad and then be able to play the game
when is the
online for free?
That's always the big question. When is the ad? Does the ad pop up like mid combat, like everybody has to stop?
That would be ridiculous, but hopefully not. I would say that it pops up before and after a match.
I would do that only because I'm always sitting staring at like the names and the countdown that it's like, now the ad's like something to do.
Yeah.
So I would totally be down for that. But at the same time, I just don't know. I don't like ads in the first place. I feel like they're just brainwashing. I feel like the more we can eliminate ads from things, the better. The more we can support without ads.
It's just we don't have the money to support things without ads.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, every website has ads.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if to get onto a website you had to pay $5 just to view some chance that you might like the content there?
Which may be a possibility because
I would always
ISPs.
Yeah.
Net neutrality.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Why does it always come back to this?
Net neutrality.
All right.
Let me rant now
on
for another 2 hours.
On another story, we do have the EA Access, which is going to be including some cool games like Battlefield 4, which hopefully they fixed
cool
already.
Games. Yeah, everyone loves Battlefield 4, right?
And a couple of others that I just forgot because
Guys?
I was thinking about Battlefield 4 and how much I really wanted to play that. If they fixed it, yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're not going to play Battlefield 4. I just feel like you have enough vinegar in your body that you're just like, even if they did fix it, you just won't do it. You won't do it. It's past. They got Battlefield Hardline coming out.
Yeah.
Might as well just go straight to that.
But it doesn't have jets. I want to fly a jet and blow
DLC.
up some.
Zombie
blow
Jets
up some
DLC
Behas.
2015.
I want to blow up all the fools running on the ground because they're so small, like ants. It makes it nice.
Want to do cool jet tricks where you like jump out, headshot a jet below you, and then jump in their jet?
Super realistic. All right, so EA is doing a subscription basis for that, where they offer you not only these games, but for future titles, they are thinking about offering some early access.
Fuck off,
EA.
Which,
with the subscription, you are going to have to...
I hope I peaked a little saying fuck off, EA.
Well, that's terrible. Well, which basically means that you're purchasing unfinished demo with bugs. And we know how EA does with bugs right now.
Which won't matter at all.
Amazing. They don't crash the game at all. People don't get backlash. There isn't tons of lawsuits that pop up or anything.
Well, the funny thing is you'd think like, oh, well, they're going to put the buggy game out there so they can fix the bugs. But they probably won't because they did that for the Battlefield 4 demo. They put it out there to fix bugs.
No,
just put it out with more bugs.
The issue with the Battlefield 4 demo was that it was good enough. There were some bugs, but everyone like just reported on the bugs, and then somehow, in the process of the game going gold and releasing, everything got worse, which is so weird. I'm guessing it's just a thing of, oh, well, because it's only one part of the cancerous body, it's less terrible than the entire thing. So As soon as they put it back, it's all, oh, well, everything added up, and now everything's fucked up. But they also did the same thing with like Mass Effect 3's multiplayer that had so many bugs.
I'm very much a proponent of early access for indie games. I think it's a good way for indie games to find their way to a market. They can fund earlier on, so they can actually put more time and more effort into their games to make them better than they would have been without the funding. I think that early access can also be good to find your core audience immediately, rather than just the random people that'll come by and everything. I think it's great for indie developers. The fact that EA and all of them see early access as a cash cow.
Yeah.
You guys don't need early access. That's not the point. You guys get demos, you guys get alphas, you guys get betas, little packages that gives us a second, kind of like the Destiny beta, that is a timed from this week to try it out. After that, you guys pay for your people, you figure it out, and then you give us a finalized thing. Which you don't get the benefit of indie. It's not one, it's not fair, and two, it's not a good practice.
Yeah. Which one, the fact that they're charging for us to do an early access on a AAA game just irks me, because we all know how I feel about alphas. You have alpha testers, you have Q&A testers. Let the people that want the job get paid for it, because that is their livelihood. That is how they are getting through college or trying to break into the industry or anything.
EA,
don't just try to eliminate an entire.
But hire me.
Entire. What?
I said I'll take an alpha tester job.
Fuck
EA,
you.
I hate you, but hire me.
Yeah, but don't eliminate an entire position, because that just makes it even more difficult for anyone to try and get into your guys' company, to try and like maybe make it better. Maybe, there's going to be someone who comes along with the like best idea ever, but because they can't get into your company now, they have to go somewhere else or have to create their own
indie developer.
Or maybe they get so depressed that they decide to kill themselves.
Wow.
Stuff like
dark.
that.
Jesus, dude.
Dude, everything has consequences.
Stop the Fish 2014.
Stop the...
He actually said that at one point.
God, shut the fuck up.
Not about EA, though. EA, you're still good. You're not...
Well,
I don't
you
think
guys
you're
are
making people commit suicide.
You guys are good, but early access, which Sony...
Bad EA.
Which
Smack.
right now, EA access is only for the Xbox One. Sony did address this. They said that they did not feel it was going to be a good enough value for the PlayStation consumer, so they decided to pass on the offer till possibly a later date when it is going to be better.
Well, I mean, it's a second subscription-based thing that's going to compete with their subscription-based thing. Like, it would make no sense to have it. I kind of find it odd that EA wants to even push this bullshit of by publisher is the subscription base rather than by, which I guess, I don't know. Like, I always kind of assumed.
Very iffy, because imagine this. Imagine a world where it is nothing but subscriptions now. We no longer have any discs, which I would hate. Oh my God.
I'd be okay with that.
We no longer have the ability to share with each other. We literally have to sign in always. Be online always. Always have facial recognition to make sure that it's you. Always have a subscription of $5 a month. Or maybe they decided to bump it up to $15 a month. And there's individual subscriptions for each publisher.
And China
imagine how much money you'd have to spend on your console games. I will not include PC games on this, because PC will always have freedom of piracy. Which in a day and age of that,
is that really
I
freedom?
would so jump on that. I'm sorry, I love the industry, but oh my God, if it jumps to something so ridiculous where I have to pay hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month just to play some new game, either I'm going to stop gaming or I will become a pirate.
Man, you're
hunt me down. I dare you.
You really like to incriminate yourself on this podcast. Like, I feel like this is like the 5th time you've said I'm gonna do something illegal if I have to pay more money. Like, Jesus, dude.
Hey, I have to be the voice of the crazy people here.
I I think that it's a tread lightly situation. I mean, yes, that is the dystopian future. That is the evil way that this can go. I think that it, hopefully, us as an audience, us as gamers, will be able to equalize it out and not just get trotted on. I think Steam actually is in fact trying to work on a trade and kind of like trading system, so you can get your money back. You're not stuck on just that, and that's digital. Steam kind of leads a lot of the industry with it when it comes to digital. So
Gabe Newell for the win.
There's hope.
Now come out with fucking Half-Life 3.
There's hope.
Bitch.
Put down the Steam OS and make Half-Life 3. It's a possibility that there will be, even though everything is going to go digital. Nate, you can whine and moan about how awesome discs are. It's a dying breed. It's exactly the thing of, it will die slowly, but it will die. Everything's gonna go. Storage is becoming cheaper and cheaper. Larger storage discs and drives and things like that are becoming smaller and smaller. It's just gonna happen. But with that being said, it does bring up problems with the ability to know what is yours. I mean, when you have a disc, it is true. You know that disc is yours. What you do with that specific disc is of your doing. I mean, yes, there's a legality of selling and things like that, but you can at least say, here, my friend, play this game. I hand you the disc. You won't really be able to do that, but will that be a bad thing? Will that be a good thing? It really depends. From the consumer's perspective, it's a lot harder on us. It's annoying. But from a developer's standpoint, it's a lot better because you can actually control more of where your stuff goes. Although everything gets pirated. I mean, not consoles or PCs get pirated the most. Consoles also get pirated. And when you go digital, you will find more pirates. It's because digital's easier to pirate. So
yeah,
I think I have no basis off of that.
Well,
but it can go well if we as an industry as well as a consumer base speak up and be. I mean, it's happened with the Xbox. We voice. A lot of people voice their opinions about what they thought was good, what they thought was bad, which a lot of people thought things were bad about it. So they changed it. The consumers have a voice. If we keep our voice loud, they will listen. The only problem is you don't want things like, and no offense to Sony, but you don't want companies like Sony that see all the things that we don't like about a console, and they're like, oh, well, we'll just not talk about it. Like, we'll still do it, we just won't talk about it, and nobody will know. And that's kind of how Sony became so successful with this console generation, is they had a great PR team that just said, shut up, don't say anything, and even though they were doing a lot of the things that people didn't like about the Xbox One in the first place. So, I don't know. It's can go many ways.
Yeah, I guess. Sony for the win, bitch.
I don't
Anyways.
care. I'm not an elitist like you. I would play all consoles equally, except I just don't like Sony as a company. I love their console. I love the PlayStation 4. It's pretty fantastic.
I like the PlayStation 3 better.
I like the PlayStation 2 the best.
The PlayStation 2 was so ridiculous.
The PlayStation 2 was the golden age of my gaming life. That was when that was my first. I had an N64.
Yeah, that was right
then a
before everything
PlayStation
got
1,
crazy.
Then a PlayStation 1, and then a PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
And the PlayStation 2 is the one I remember playing the most on. So much fun.
Oh my god.
Then I went to Xbox.
You know what you should play? Segue, the new Sharknado game that is coming out came out that everyone is literally just riddling on. Apparently it's the worst game ever.
Man, what a surprise. You think that, and you know what the funny thing is everyone's like, "Oh, it's such a terrible game," but they bought it. I mean, they got your money. So, what were you expecting from a terrible movie to a terrible game? I mean, you're not really you're not really building that much anticipation up on what the game's gonna be about.
Well, first off, it's a mobile game, so that's not good for the, well, that's not great in the eyes of hardcore gamers, because we usually don't like mobile games. And then for everyone who does like mobile games, the casual gamers, stuff like that, they seem to think that it's kind of a ripoff because it's not really a game. It looks like this blocky, ugly thing that
Is it an animated
barely
book?
passable for any sort of thing. The funniest thing that I've seen on it is that I actually am a little bit intrigued on playing the game is the fact that there's my character's on top of a shark with a chainsaw flying through a tornado.
Well, now a big reason why
I am awesome.
A big reason why they released this game was because they released the second movie, didn't they? Just it was either yesterday or the day before they released, and I guess if you're listening to this on Monday, 2 days ago, Sharknado 2, the second one. So I'm pretty sure they're hammering it back in, like hammering it along with all of its. I think the people that made Sharknado really didn't think it was going to be as hilarious and widely known as it is. So I think now he's like, let's milk it. Let's milk this cash cow for all it's worth, and then
Sharknado's such a weird thing because everyone I've ever talked to is all, yeah, it's a terrible movie. The concept is terrible.
oh yeah, it's awful.
But everyone is literally all, I wish I was the person hired to think of that because
It's
I would be
fucking
so
funny.
rich right now and I would literally just be drinking in the writer's room just going Nay Sharko, that's a new movie, where's my $10,000 paycheck?
This is an interesting play by Nate Hales, produced by Nate Hales and written by Nate Hales.
Wait, I need complete silence to get into character. I need absolute silence to get into character. I need absolute silence. You just ruined it.
Cap.
I'm going to my trailer.
Thank God. But yeah, I have not watched any of the Sharknado movies. I feel awful about that because I do actually want to see the first one. But but Zane had seen the Sharknado 2, second one. He watched it yesterday, and he said it's a little self-aware. It's not really as good as the first one.
Yeah.
Because he's like, yeah, it's like they really tried to make it a serious movie, and like not even like funny bad, like they actually might have had a budget to it and things like that.
For
So
Sharknado 2, they try to make it serious.
like they actually, yeah, I mean it's like completely takes itself seriously, but not in a funny way. Like it's almost like
Let's take 20 minutes out of the movie to explain how the sharks are alive in the tornado.
like I think
Because magic.
I think the whole thing is the first Sharknado movie is serious, but serious funny bad. This one was like serious pathetic bad. Like it was like, oh, it's just it's not even funny. It's like now it's like the difference between a dude that gets hit in the nuts. That's funny bad, or a dude that like gets a finger cut off, and it's like, oh, that's just a shame.
Oh. So you mean it's so Sharknado's kind of like the first Evil Dead movie?
Really? I thought Sharknado, the first one?
Yeah, the original?
Yeah.
How it was bad, but it was kind of funny.
Yes.
Because people took it that way, and then they decided to run on that, and that's how Evil Dead became a cult classic phenomenon. And
Yeah, but
we got the awesome remake, which, yes, I loved it. Suck it, guys.
get off of its dick, Jesus. I think this is like the fourth time on the podcast you talked about this.
You need to see it still.
I fell asleep.
You're stupid.
It's just,
You know what? Just because of that, you know I'm getting
I know
thoughts
what
on
happens.
this topic?
I know what
topic's
happens.
closed.
They go into a cabin, and all of them except one of them dies.
So for the next topic, seeing that my amazing co-host decided to demolish all sense of respect I had in him, we're going to talk about the new mystery IP of BioWare, which they have released 2 trailers for, which I hope you have seen, Sage.
Mystery IP.
Yes, there's a new mystery IP, which right now, all that I have,
Mass Effect.
all that most
Mass
of
Effect
us,
12.
No,
Boom. Mystery IP solved.
God, it's
Confirmed.
They're
2014.
2 live action trailers. They have nothing to do with Mass Effect. They show like one guy sitting in a diner,
You think?
and he has this weird electric power that blows up his phone. And then another guy who has a nightmare in his bed, which I didn't really like that trailer. But
Shepard had a nightmare in his bed and electrical powers. Boom, done.
all ending with the mystery of
Dead Shepard.
You-
Ghost Shepard.
have been chosen. For what? I do not know.
You have been chosen to be the Guardian of the Light. God damn it, Bungie.
I want to be the bad guy. I don't want to be the good guy. Commander Shepard was a pussy.
Play Prototype. I mean, you technically are the protagonist in that game, but I gotta tell you how horrendously awful you are to the city. Pretty sure you're a bad guy. You like consume random innocent people.
It's so weird when you're playing as a bad guy, because I think I've talked about this before, but Infamous, like, good guy, some choices make sense. Bad guy, none of the choices make sense. It's literally just be a douche because you can. It's never like,
Which can be fun.
I need to kill this person because I'm angry because they killed my best friend or something. It's literally just, I saw this random guy, he stole a purse, so I shot his head off.
Or stabbed him in the back.
Yeah,
Ran over the-
this guy, or this group of people is
So
saying
I
that
stabbed
I
him
need to
37
be
times.
run out of the city, so I decided to blow them up to little itty bitty bits, and then piss on their graves, because I can, because I have power and no one can stop me.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of a game that like has done evil well. Like from your your character perspective.
It's just you don't.
Spec up the line, kinda.
Maybe it's like they get the superhero great, but they just don't get the motivation for the villain right now. For me, for Infamous, but getting off of that tangent, anyways, what do you think this video game is going to be about, guys? Superpowers vaguely saying
You're probably
you
wrong,
have been chosen.
just so you know.
Well, whatever. Maybe
Unless
it's
you
some
work at
supernatural
BioWare.
thing. I'm
In
pretty
which
sure.
case you're probably right.
I'm pretty
I'm just
sure
gonna
it's
keep cutting
not.
you off.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Mass Effect 4, because that's pretty random.
Mass Effect.
It's during modern day. It's not a prequel. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah,
Where
that
are my
would be ridiculous.
Where are my superpowers in Mass Effect? Why can't I shoot lightnings out of my fingertips
You
and
can.
fry all the sorry?
I mean, technically you can. It's the Adept class. It's all magical. Something. I really didn't.
You want to do that again?
Magical. No one can see it. I'm raising my hands in the air and like doing jazz hands.
Guys, I swear to you, one day I'm going to just sit a camera in the corner. Unfortunately, today, because we're pressed for time, I was unable to
I feel like we're always pressed for time. Like
do.
I feel like
this
there's no such thing as like, oh, we actually had plenty of time to do the podcast. It was great.
Shut
We had
up.
a 4-hour podcast.
It's always like the last thing that we do.
It's always
or
on
it's like-
Sunday. It's
Yeah,
always like
on Sunday, and it's always the last thing that we do because one of us says we need to be up to date all the time,
and then
and
I
just
slack
all
off the whole time.
yeah. Then I'm just all okay. Well, we can be up to date all the time, and then it comes down to all right. So Nate, what are we going to talk about in this podcast?
And that works perfectly. Notice how
And
we are
then-
still talking.
And then I literally just stare a hole through the back of his head.
I'm starting to see a pattern with the podcasts. It's you bitching on every single one
And then
all the time,
because you are
24/7.
you undermine me on every single one.
I'm holding you back, Nate. You could reach your full potential if you just started your own podcast. Who knows? The only reason I don't
could
want to do a
rule
video
all the
podcast is because
podcasts
I'd have
of
to
the
put on a
land.
shirt. That'd be awful.
I don't think you even care.
I was on a.
Well, actually, you may have to put on a shirt because we don't want you showing up as just this white dot.
I am the bounce of the room. I was on a film yesterday. Friend of ours, Ryan Johnston, he was doing a thing called Guardian. It's for Project Greenlight, if you have heard of it, Nate. That's the Matt Damon, Ben Affleck thing. I guess it's like you make a film, then I guess you throughout the course of Project Greenlight, you make multiple films and move on, and the top one gets their feature film.
Wait, wasn't
funded.
there some controversy with Matt Damon punching Justin Bieber in the face?
Why does this matter?
Oh wait, no, that wasn't him. That was this guy who plays Legolas. Never mind. Continue.
Wow, way to break my flow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to interrupt you?
You ruined my groove.
Am I allowed to interrupt you?
I'm sorry, sir. You ruined the Emperor's groove.
But Project Greenlight for all of you indie developers.
Developers.
All of you indie filmmakers. Well, what would you consider them?
Developers?
Film developers?
No, because it's all digital now.
Yeah.
We don't develop film anymore.
Lol.
That doesn't exist.
Well, I think there are some people that are still filming on actual film. It's so weird when you say film and then someone next to you went to like film school and they're all, it's not film because you're on digital. And I'm all, dude, I'm filming a movie. And they're all, you're not filming on film. And I'm all, who are you?
Is this Zeiss?
I'm sorry, I forgot to bring your Cook lenses that cost like $50,000.
But back on to
Actually,
the
they
not
probably cost
bitching
like
portion of the
$150.
podcast. I was out in the
I will
desert.
say everything.
I was out in the desert for 8 hours and I'm sunburnt. Notice how I bitch immediately.
Oh, did you decide to take off your
That's why I'm not wearing a shirt.
and tan again?
No, I actually like wore long sleeves and long pants. I was like, I don't care about heat. I care about my sun skin being burnt.
My sun skin?
My sun skin. And so, but I didn't put any sunscreen on around the collar of my shirt. And so I got this, nice red ring around my neck. Ugh, I'm burping. Around my neck, so I can't, it hurts to wear shirts. It's really bad. So that's why I am shirtless this podcast.
Oh, my God.
Rubbing aloe vera on it.
Yeah, Well, so what were you saying about Ryan Johnson filming?
Lots of fun. It was a good set. We got the cops called on us once, but that's because we were right next to a really rich neighborhood, and they thought we were a bunch of kids going out there to drink and party. But once the cops got there, they were just like, "Oh, you guys are just filming? All right, that's cool." And then we fist bump with the cops and continue filming on the mountain.
I don't think that ever happens.
I shook his hand at least.
Yeah, okay. Hey,
yeah.
was it Doug? For all of you guys who don't know, we met this awesome police officer named Doug.
Yeah, but
we talked to him literally, and he was the coolest dude ever.
Talked to him about contour
Cops aren't
cameras.
that bad if you actually talk to them. Well, some of them aren't that bad if you actually talk to them.
And if
some
you're
of them
white.
are having a very bad day, so you shouldn't stare at them and then be all, "Hey, you want to see my airsoft gun right next to me?"
Okay, so I do have a good story from set.
Sage.
I do have a good story from I did do that, but I do have a good story from set. It was the first person that comes up and tells us that we're doing something illegal, and that with air quotes for those listening. He says we're doing something illegal. It's a $150 fine. You guys have to leave. You have to get out of there. We explained everything, but he's like, you guys have to leave. We refuse to listen. So my job, because he says there's cops on the way, my job, since I am the production assistant, is to grab all of the weapons because it was a soldier out there with an M4 and a Glock on his side. So I'm like, all right, and I just walk up to the actor. I'm like, I'm gonna take this from you, put it in the box. I'm gonna put this. We didn't have a box for the pistol, so I put the pistol in my pocket, and I'm just like, all right. And I start walking because the way he's pointing is off in the distance where the cops are coming from. So I'm like, all right, I'll just walk straight to my car, put it in my car. That way, if they come by, no weapons are on set or anything like that.
Then it looks like they're rolling up on a cartel drug bust.
Luckily the M4 was in the box, not in my hands. But as I'm walking towards my car, I just see 3 cops come around the corner, coming straight at me, and I'm like, ah, shit. So
Sage is just a magnet for police officers.
I don't
has
know.
the worst timing because he's always holding a gun.
And the worst part was I'm like, what's the worst thing I could do right now? Holding an M4 and a pistol. And it would be to look at them directly in the eyes. We made eye contact, and I was like, I'm just going to keep walking towards them because the worst thing I could possibly do is make eye contact with them and then turn around and start walking the other way.
No. This is the worst thing that you could have done. Worst thing that you could have done is look at them and then drop the box. Because not only did they make eye contact with you, but if you just drop the box, you're just grabbing their attention even more, which they're just going to try and search you, and then they're going to see the gun in your pocket. And then they're going to either tase you or probably shoot you. They're probably going to shoot you.
I mean, if we're talking hypotheticals, the worst possible thing I could have done was take the M4 out of the box and start pointing it at them. And say, look, it's an airsoft gun.
No, they're all, is that a gun? And you're all, oh yeah, it's just an airsoft gun.
Yeah, but they were really cool. They questioned us a little bit because they were just like making sure we weren't doing anything illegal. They were like, you guys playing airsoft out here? I'm like, no, these are props and everything like that. Brought Ryan over. We all talked, and that set us back a little bit in time, but we got everything done. Literally, we got everything done on time because the sun was out most of the day, and it was like 5 o'clock. Big storm clouds start rolling over. We yell cut. We're good. We're wrapped for the day. We start grabbing everything. Literally, as we load the last thing into the car, the first drop of rain hits, and then after that first drop of rain, I mean, in Arizona, it's like it's either totally sunny or hailstorm rain kind of stuff. And it's like literally one drop of rain,
That's not true.
I look at everybody and I'm like, we should probably leave, and then it just pours. So we got done just in time.
Oh, that's
it was
perfect.
Great.
Well, at least none of my equipment got wet because you guys decided to take that out there.
Took care.
But I will give a shout out to the guys at Art of War, Brian and Ryan. You guys' names are way too similar because we keep confusing you guys whenever we're trying to bring you guys up.
Byron.
But guys are doing awesome.
Byron.
Hope you guys do great in this competition. And yeah,
you know
Sage.
they're thinking of they're actually in pre-production right now for the company's first feature film. They're calling it
great.
Eden.
I've been telling them that they needed to do a feature film for a while because that's where they're gonna finally get funding.
Yep. Sci-fi. It's a sci-fi thing. I don't really know much about it, but it's called Eden, and they said they were telling me it was like 2015 is when they're thinking of doing it. So hopefully it looks pretty cool. I think they actually did something on Eden earlier, so I think Ryan did a short and he's expanding on it. So really cool. Wish him the best. I hope they do good in Project Greenlight. That's what I really am. Cross my fingers for.
All right. Well, we're going to go into final thoughts as we are going to have to run out of here real quick. So, Sage.
Yes.
Because
the answer is
I've been bitching at you for the last couple podcasts, I'll let you do your stupid final thoughts.
Okay. Final thoughts on Guardians of the Galaxy. Go.
It was actually pretty beautiful. I love the story. And, oh my
no
gosh.
Spoilers. No spoilers.
Oh.
I haven't seen it yet.
A planet gets blown up.
Was it Alderaan? No. And final thoughts, Sage, on
You're really giving final thoughts to yourself.
On
selfish.
Final
thoughts, me
Blender Cycles engine. Really confusing. I don't like nodes. All right.
Nodes aren't that confusing, guys. It's
Till
just
next
like
week.
left to right. If you really think about it, all you have to know is a couple of algorithms.